Hey everyone, stop what you're doing and listen to what I have to say. Because as of today, you no longer need 300 users to go ahead and buy licenses for Copilot for Microsoft 365. You can have as little as one. You guessed it, small businesses can now go ahead and buy the Copilot license. And this is a huge deal. In addition, Copilot Pro was announced today. Well, what is that and how does that fit into this entire Copilot realm? We'll talk about that as well. So stick around because this is very, very important. But first, here's my intro video. So here is the official Microsoft blog or article that states Copilot for Microsoft 365 is now generally available for small businesses, which basically means is that customers can purchase between 1 and 299 seats for $30 per person per month. And that they are removing the 300 seat purchase minimum, which was basically the criteria or the requirement as of just 2 days ago. So it was pretty important because I myself have a small business license of 5 people, but even then I have 5. I just went ahead and purchased 1. So it's not that because you have 5, you've got to go ahead and buy 5. No, you can go ahead and buy a minimum of 1. And that's exactly what I did today. What I also found interesting was how the chairman and CEO, Satya Nadella, went ahead and made this post on social media. And that's basically how I got this link. The second thing which I also found very interesting was Jeff Teper. Jeff Teper went ahead and posted this kind of a screenshot of a slide deck. It says the Copilot family. And that also explains what this Copilot Pro is all about. Because in this article which I showed, if you scroll all the way to the top, right away here it says introducing Copilot Pro. And there's a bunch of things about Copilot Pro, which I'll talk about it in a minute. But the important thing is that Copilot Pro falls under the for individuals kind of category or subset, because there's the free Copilot. And if you want enhancement for that Copilot feature, then yes, for an additional $20, you can go and get the Copilot Pro. However, the Copilot for Microsoft 365, which for the small businesses that was announced today, that falls under the for organizations. So this is just that basic clarity that you need as to where Copilot Pro falls under, and then what is the Copilot for Microsoft 365. All right. By the way, information of this and its links is provided in the description below. What I want to do is now spend a little bit of time in showing you how you can go ahead and get your Copilot for Microsoft 365 set up in your tenant. So in your business tenant, and the minimum criteria is that you need to be in that E3 and E5 category. Once you go over to billing and you click on the purchase services, you should see this option over there. It says Microsoft 365 Copilot is available to order now. This wasn't there about 2 days ago. It wasn't even there in my tenant, but now you can go ahead and see this. So once you go and click on it, you get this pop-up on the right side. Click on the checkbox over here. And once you click on continue, follow through these steps to go ahead and sign up for this subscription. All right. And you or anybody else in your department who handles these type of purchases can go through the process and make sure you purchase the number of licenses that you want. Because once you've completed the purchase successfully, this is what it should look like in yours. And this is my personal production tenant. You see, now I've got the Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft 365. It shows it is new. And then when I go and actually click on it, I've already gone ahead and assigned my license for it. Now, there's a couple of things over here that you need to be in mind of. So, if, for example, if I go and now buy the license and you will see that popping up over here, you only basically had 2 types of purchasing options. You buy that licenses up to 1 year or up to 3 years. There was no month-to-month purchasing option for this. So there is a little bit of cost associated with it. Month-to-month, sure, that does turn out cheaper, but then in this case, it is on an annual basis and the minimum amount is 1 year, or you can go and buy that up to 3 years. But once you've gone ahead and done this, you can go ahead and assign that license to as many users, which means as many licenses as you purchased. And then right over here, you see the option show up. And what was interesting was that after it showed up, other things began to lit up immediately. In my admin center, when I came over here, right below billing now, I saw Copilot. That wasn't there before. And when I click on Copilot, it is showing me all of these other settings that just lit up into my tenant. But what I want to talk to you next is about how that even came up on my Microsoft 365 desktop apps, such as Word and Excel, and what additional step I had to do to make sure that Copilot showed up. Let me show you that next. So the example I'm going to show you is through my Excel. I'll go ahead and do a quick search for Excel. There it is. It's already there. There it is. So I'll go and click on Excel. Excel shows up. Key thing is make sure that you've already signed into your subscription with the user who has that license assigned. That's the key thing. Second is on the bottom, click on the account and make sure that you've got the correct license. Over here, it is the Microsoft 365 apps for enterprise. Remember, I have E3, Enterprise 3, and that's the requirement. It has to be either E3 or E5. Next thing you want to do, just to verify that your desktop's N365 apps is the most up-to-date one, click on this update options and then go and just say update new. It will go through and run all of these checks and it will make sure that you are on the most updated one. That's what I had to do. Make sure you go ahead and do that as well. And then finally, go ahead and click on update license. It will ask you to go ahead and sign into it. And if everything goes through successfully, when you come to your home screen and say, go ahead and open up another spreadsheet, which is what I had to do, on the right, here on the right, you will start to see your Copilot show up, and then you can start leveraging all of those features and functionalities. And this is just a one-time thing in any of these Office services, because I did it on Excel, it started to show up on my Word, but at least it had to be done once to make sure that Copilot starts to show up. And I love it that in my Microsoft Word, on the ribbon, you can see that I've got the Copilot functionality, but then right on the document itself, the draft with Copilot thumbnail directly shows up. So immediately the help starts to come in because that license is immediately taking effect. It's pretty awesome. And that license is not just tied to the Microsoft 365, but it gives you additional features and functionalities. So here's just a screenshot I took, is because when I got the license and I was going ahead and assigning it to a user, it's telling me these are all the services that you will be using. So now I will have graph connectors in Microsoft 365 Pilot. I'll have the intelligent search, Microsoft 365 chat, and then the other things that I'm very interested in, Microsoft 365 Copilot in Microsoft Teams, Microsoft 365 Copilot in productivity apps, and then the one that I really am looking forward to is the Power Platform connectors in Microsoft 365 Copilot. So important thing, it's not just tied to your Microsoft 365 apps such as Excel or Word, the one that I just showed you, but all of these other features also directly will light up once that license is assigned to you. And in conclusion, I want to circle back into this new announcement of Copilot Pro. So Copilot Pro is just an enhancement to the already Copilot free app that you will have, this free service. And here, this diagram, which is perfect, because as you can see, the Copilot free gives you these three features directly out of the box for free. But if you want all these other enhancements over there, specifically Copilot in Outlook, Word, basically your Microsoft 365 services, then you want to get that additional Copilot Pro, which is an additional $20 per user per month. Now this is an add-on to whatever existing enterprise E3 or E5 that you have, all right? The $20 doesn't go ahead and give you all these features. It's an add-on to your existing license. But if you want to do it at an organization level, then that's where you go ahead and buy the Copilot for Microsoft 365, because this one will give you access to all of these features. So yes, you will get Copilot into your Microsoft 365 services, but then you also get Copilot in Teams and all of these other features that I just showed you. All of them also will light up if you go ahead and buy this license, which is the Copilot for 365. So hopefully this makes sense, and now that you understand that what the Copilot Pro is and what its difference is with the Copilot for Microsoft 365. So hopefully this short video gives you an overview of how small businesses also can go ahead and now buy licenses for the Copilot for Microsoft 365, as little as just one license. And this new announcement of Copilot Pro, what is it? And then which bucket does it fall under? Under the individuals or for the organization one, and how you can go ahead and plan its usage at a company-wide level. Hello, hello, hello. So if you like this video, go ahead and click on that subscribe button and smash that like button. Also, if you have a few extra seconds, can you go ahead and put in a comment? Either say something nice or give me ideas for my next video. And until then, see ya.